Alright guys, here is the question of the day. It comes from a client and she wants to know, what is the resistant starch diet and does it actually work? She was watching Rachel Ray last week and they had somebody on there talking about the resistant starch diet. And what this actually is the so-called secret to this diet is to eat a certain type of carb called a resistant starch. And what makes this different than a normal starch is that it doesn't get fully digested in the small intestine and turn into glucose or body fat like most starches do if not used, but rather it gets passed into the large intestine. And this resistant starch acts much like a fiber so that it tends to decrease hunger as well as weight gain. Now, different types of this resistant starch would be things such as green bananas, potatoes or yams. You could have grains or rice as well as beans. Now, they need to be cooled though. That is the key to this. You need to heat them up and then they need to cool. And your body needs about 1/2 to 1 cup of this resistant cooled starch a day. So, they have tested this on rodents. And the rodents were fed a diet that consisted of 25% of a type of resistant starch called RS2. And these rodents ended up with lower body fat than ones that they had tested it on that were taking in the same amount of calories as the ones who were taking this RS2 resistant starch. So, her question to me is, does it really work? And I'm going to have to say that I am not actually sure. I did do some research and looked it up, but I didn't necessarily come to a conclusion. Now, I did see on one of the web pages that they were saying, obviously, you need to be eating the right amount of calories as well as being active and working out in order to have a low body fat and be at the weight that you want to be at. And I completely agree with that. I don't necessarily think that by eating these resistant starches that you're going to have a lower body fat. I think in order to have that, you need to be active and work out as well as eat a healthy diet and be in the calorie range that you need to be in order to lose weight and burn fat. So, to you, Bree, my question is, I'm not exactly sure if it works. I really do not know. That is something that I feel they haven't actually came to a conclusion about yet. And I, did some research, and this is the first time that I have heard about that resistant starch diet. So, thank you for the question. It was very, very interesting to learn about it. And if you have anything else, let me know. Love your body.